It all comes down in the end, in terms of these society controlling institutions, to what I call the global cult, which is a global network of secret societies and semi-secret groups with ultimately, if you go deep enough in the rabbit hole, a mission control, a central organizational center.
David Icke said that everything is about to change in 2025, and if we don't take action, we might find ourselves living in a world that none of us want. He's been warning us for years, and today, we're diving deep into what he believes is coming. He also gives warnings about global financial control and manipulation, which can be directly related to the ongoing developments involving BlackRock's involvement in the crypto market. He also mentions tech companies like Facebook being part of a global control mechanism, reflects concerns in the crypto community about the involvement of tech giants in the digital currency space. If you've ever wondered about the forces controlling our world and how we can protect ourselves and our loved ones, then stick around. You won't want to miss this. And hey, if you're into staying ahead of the curve on topics like these, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to David Icke, the world is heading toward a global fascist dictatorship by 2025, where surveillance and control are part of everyday life.
If you don't see what's going on and refuse to cooperate with it, by very little time from now, you, your kids and grandkids are going to be living in a global fascist dictatorship of total 24-hour surveillance control.
He's not just talking about a few cameras on the street. He means 24-hour surveillance, watching every move we make. David Icke said that the elite, a group he calls the global cult, is behind this, pulling the strings to manipulate our lives. They're not just interested in money, they want control, complete control over every aspect of society. David Icke said that the financial system we live under today is designed to keep us under control. It's not about creating wealth for everyone, but about creating cycles of boom and bust that only benefit a small, wealthy elite. According to Icke, this system is like a trap. He explains that money is created out of nothing, just numbers on a screen, and yet we're all expected to pay it back with real money, money that most people don't have. This is how the system is set up to make us lose our homes, our businesses, and even our freedom. It's all part of the plan to keep us in line.
The thing is, if you're talking about control and the need to control, then you look at society as it's structured, and control is overwhelmingly dictated by money. Who has it and who doesn't? And if you look at a definition of freedom, well, it's choice. The more choices you can make, the freer you are. The fewer choices you can make, the less free you are. And in the way that society is structured today, what dictates choice more than anything than money? Who has it and who doesn't? So I hear people talk about how the billionaires and the billionaire corporations, etc., are all about money. But, well, yes, on one level, they have a mentality that is has an insatiable greed. But the bottom line of bottom lines is not about accumulation of money. It's accumulation of control via the weapon of money.
Icke's concern about a global elite using financial systems to control the population mirrors the ongoing debate in the crypto world between centralization and decentralization. Despite the promise of decentralization, the crypto ecosystem is increasingly becoming centralized, with large players like exchanges and stablecoins controlling significant portions of the market. This centralization echoes the kind of control Icke warns against. The volatility and susceptibility of the crypto market to manipulation by large entities parallel Icke's claims about the financial elite creating cycles of boom and bust. In crypto, the manipulation by large holders or institutions often leads to significant market swings, Reminiscent of the financial instability, Icke attributes to the global elite's manipulation.
When you see groups within the same financial area, be they oil companies, be they social media companies, be they banks, whatever, moving as one unit to control the market. That's not capitalism. That's communism. That's centralization of control. And when you have your other cult-created organizations like PayPal and these other groups in the financial area, who then say to people who are competing against cult companies like Facebook or social media, when independent social media entrepreneurial people, proper capitalist people, if you like, start to build up non-censored social media platforms and non-censored video platforms, what happens is these cartel companies like PayPal and other payment companies come in and say, no, we're not going to work with you anymore. So you can't go on operating, because you can't operate without us, because we control this market.
David Icke said that what we call capitalism today is actually something much darker. He calls it cartelism, where huge companies like Facebook and Amazon are allowed to grow into monopolies with unlimited funding. These companies aren't playing by the same rules as everyone else. They're given a free pass to lose money for years until they completely dominate the market. According to Icke, once they've taken over, they start controlling everything, including what we see, hear, and even think. According to David Icke, the real power in the world doesn't lie with presidents or prime ministers. These leaders are just the faces we see, but the true decision makers are hidden in the shadows. David Icke said that these shadowy forces are the ones truly controlling global events. They dictate policies, influence governments, and have terrible plans for humanity. He's been uncovering this hidden power since the 1990s, and even though many people laughed at him, he never gave up because he knew he was onto something real.
I set on a journey from an understanding that the forces that appeared to be controlling the world, like governments and prime ministers and presidents, actually weren't. The real power was in the shadows where you never saw it. So I went on this journey of uncovering it, and to uncover not only that the power is in the unseen, but what that power is seeking to do in terms of where it wants to take humanity. Now, because you're dealing with psychopaths who have no empathy and no limits, where they want to take humanity is truly, truly horrific. And I saw this from the early 1990s. And if you're a father, if you're a grandfather, and if you're a human being that just cares about freedom and justice and fairness, and you look at little kids, and you see that what those kids, or the world, the society that those kids are going to live in virtually all their lives, if we don't head this off, which I could see, I mean, at the time, of course, people were laughing at it's all a load of rubbish, that Icke. But I knew it was true. And that's why I kept going, despite all the ridicule and all the abuse, because I knew where it was going. And so I looked at these kids, and I looked at my own children, and I saw the world that was planned for them. And, you know, if you have a smear of decency, then what you do then is you give the rest of your life to trying to head it off and to alert people to it, so that they can put an end to it. Which brings me to the second question, which is, how do we bring an end to it? Well, you know, people say, what's the solution? Well, I'm not interested in solutions. I'm interested in removing the cause of the problem, because that is the solution. You can constantly look for solutions to a problem. And what solutions normally do, see politics, is lead to more and more problems, which need more and more solutions, which lead to more problems. If you're going to break the cycle, then you have to remove the cause of the problem. And if you remove the cause of the problem must disappear because its cause is gone. And the problem, and you look right the way through human history, the problem with humanity, which is why the few have always controlled the many. I don't care what the culture is. I don't care what the historical era is. It's the same. Is because the many give their power to the few in the form of acquiescence. And that is how the few have always controlled the many. And if we didn't do that, the few have no power over us. So if someone comes out of Downing Street or the White House and says, we've had a discussion, they do it all the time these days, and this is what's going to happen. If enough of the population say, we're not doing that, then they have no power. There's not enough of them to impose it.
David Icke said that the only way to break free from this control is through non-compliance. He believes that the few have always controlled the many because we've allowed it. According to Icke, if enough people simply refuse to obey, the power of these elites will crumble. They don't have enough people to enforce their will if we all stand up and say, no. It's not about finding new solutions to every problem. They'll just create more problems. Instead, Icke says we need to get to the root of the issue and stop giving away our power. According to David Icke, the time to act is now. If we wait until 2025, it might be too late. He's shown us the dangers ahead, but he's also given us a way out. By understanding what's going on and refusing to comply with the unjust orders of those in power, we can protect ourselves and the generations to come. David Icke said that we have the power to change the course of history, but only if we wake up and take action. So, if you found value in what we've discussed today, make sure to share this video, subscribe for more content like this, and remember, the future is in our hands. According to David Icke, staying informed is our best defense. So, if you want to keep up with the latest insights on global crypto and financial events, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We've got more content coming your way, so stay tuned, and together, let's stay ahead of the game. Thanks for watching, and as always, all the best.